It's game time on 1112 BISN.
You've got to get points every time you touch the ball.
Live game coverage of your South High Bison athletic programs.
And it goes out of bounds to South.
Expert play-by-play with Steve McDonald.
Jill Saver gets it on right side high.
In-depth color commentary by Alan Cummings.
Huge break for South. We've got East rattled.
And all of the excitement from your South High Bison athletic programs.
He cuts it up, he's in the end zone!
Are you ready?
And this is going to be absolutely humongous.
Here is Stephen Allen live on 1112 BISN.
Well, good evening, Bison fans, and welcome to Dick Cheney Alumni Stadium here on the campus of Natrona County High School in Casper, Wyoming, as 1112 BISN embarks on our sixth season on the air, bringing you live Friday Night Lights football as we start the 2017 edition of the South High Bison football season here in Wyoming. And week one, South will make the trip north, of course, to Casper. And we're here to take on the number 2 ranked Natrona County Mustangs. Tall order for the South High Bison. Steve McDonald and Alan Cummings coming to you live with a bird's eye view here in Dick Cheney Alumni Stadium right from the 50-yard line. And thanks for joining us as we start our sixth season, as I said, and we begin the 2017 football season. Alan, can you believe we're back at it already?
Man, it just seems like yesterday we were calling basketball, and we were calling basketball. I actually finished the season alone once again. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. You were there. No, you didn't show up till the next day.
Yep.
So, but man, it's just gone by so fast. I'm so glad that we're back at it. Beautiful stadium here in Casper, Natrona County High School. Obviously, they're one of the favorites that's going to probably push for the 4A state championship this year. State runner-ups last year after a uncharacteristic regular season for them. So it's great to be up here and see what our young team does. So I'm going to pan back over to South as they're warming up here, Steve, and go ahead and take it over real quick while I do my thing.
Gorgeous night for football up here in Casper. A warm night, and we'll see how that plays out. But again, as Alan said, we're here. Beautiful stadium, synthetic turf stadium here as South will take on Natrona. And every season that begins with that new promise and that new excitement of what is to come. We will detail more in the pregame show about these two teams, but the tale of tonight is Natrona's a very, very veteran squad. I believe every one of their 11 starters on offense is a senior. All but 2 of their starters on defense are seniors. So out of 22 starting positions, they're bringing 19 or 20 seniors. Again, last season, a season that got off to a slow start for Natrona. They lost an ugly, muddy, rainy game in the first game to Central, 5-0, if you can believe that score of all things. But they came on at the end of the year and really caught fire going into the playoffs and actually made it to that state championship game, bringing just about that entire team back. They are ranked number 2 behind the Sheridan Broncs, who are ranked number 1, but Natrona is definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with. On the other side of the ball, South High graduated a ton of seniors. Their entire offensive line were seniors. Their backfield, all except for their quarterback, were all seniors. So South was a veteran squad last year. Broke out to a 3-0 start for the first time ever, beat Central and East, and were the city champions in Cheyenne. The second half of the season kind of tailed off for South, but historically they did make their first ever playoff appearance, and they were beaten handily in that by the Gillette Camels. But again, a prideful season for South as they had a record in wins with 3. They had a record first ever playoff appearance, and it was a successful season for South last year, again graduating most of their guys. So kind of a tale of 2 different teams. Natrona, a very veteran, experienced, senior-laden team. South, a young team coming into this game, having graduated a lot of kids from last year. A lot of juniors, some sophomores, and maybe even some freshmen will see action in this game for South.
Well, it's possible. That freshman team that came up to South from Johnson Junior High School, coached by the real deal.
Philly.
Dun,
dun, dun.
That team went undefeated last year, but half that team went to Cheyenne East. The other half came up here, and so a few of those freshmen are actually suited up, and some might see some defensive action. We got Cade Burns, we got Jaden Cummings, Michael Mascarenas, Xander Packard. Those are the 4 that came up, if I'm correct. I don't know if anybody else did, but it's going to be an interesting year. South is a young team. You mentioned it, Steve, and this is not the same team that lost a close game to Natrona last year. We graduated Keyshawn Farmer. If you guys remember that game against Natrona last year, that was the game that we lost Dre McCray to the broken leg in, just on a fluke cut that happened. So now we're there, and we're in their home turf, and they're probably wearing one of the 20 different uniform colors that they have, Steve, and they look pretty good. They're a pretty big team. They got, like you said, they got the numbers, but what do you think South's going to need to do this game so they don't just fold? You know what I mean? They don't get overwhelmed by Natrona's presence.
Well, I think South's big thing is defensively, they're going to have to get a handle on that Brett Brenton for Natrona. He is coming back as a senior this year, and as a junior last year, he was their all Mr. Everything, leading rusher, caught a bunch of passes. He was their punt returner. He's their kick returner. I think he was second or third in the state last year as a junior in all-purpose yards, if not even higher than that. So number 4 is a number you're going to hear us call a ton tonight, and South defensively is going to have to keep a handle on him and not allow a bunch of big plays and not allow this thing to get out of hand. If South can play defensively well enough to slow Natrona down and then get a chance to put some long offensive drives together, that's going to be the only way they can stay in this game and the way that they have a chance to win this game. If they start letting Natrona break it off in big chunks, this one could get ugly for South. So, again, South being young, defensively, they've got good size, and I think they can keep themselves in it. Offensively, they're going to look to want to control the ball, eat up some time with some drives, and hopefully we have a close game at halftime. South can go make some adjustments and keep in this thing in the second half.
You know, that's the whole thing. You just said it right there. Staying in it, if you can keep it close going into the second half, that's a confidence builder, you know. And when you build confidence with a young team, you've got to set little goals, small goals to build that confidence. Once you start getting confidence, then they start playing more relaxed. I think you could see with the season opener, you're going to see nerves. You're obviously going to see nerves, and it's going to be on both sides. Obviously, Natrona's got more veteran leadership than South right now, so they'll probably be a little bit more relaxed. But the one thing that South cannot do is let the mystique of Natrona County really get into their heads this game. You know, Natrona County's been one of the dominant football programs for years in Cheyenne, in the state of Wyoming. And real quick, I want to point out, guys, we're giving you the best video we can. It's going to be a little blurry. We do apologize about that. If that does get on your nerves, guys, just listen to the audio, because you know what? We're the show anyways, right?
Yeah, and if you're on Facebook, we want to point you toward 1112 BISN, our Facebook page, as we had a road trip diary as we left Cheyenne and made a couple stops on the way up here. So check out 1112 BISN on Facebook for our road trip diary. So we've got a ton to cover. We're going to look at some other Friday night matchups around the state. We're going to take a closer look at both of these teams, and we're about 15 minutes away from kickoff. So let's take a commercial timeout. Check out the new commercials that Alan put a lot of effort into, the video commercials.
Oh, now you're putting pressure on me.
They're going to get sponsors bang for their buck and everything else. So let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more of the S&J Science pregame show on 1112 BISN.
Your Bison Network.
Hi, I'm Jaden. You're watching 1112 BISN Network.
Hey, I'm Eric from Bison Football, and you're watching the game on 1112 BISN Network.
Hey, I'm Michael, and this is 1112 BISN.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Bison, and you're watching the game on 1112 BISN.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Wyoming's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports. a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's tough to compete for jobs. Degrees can help. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. LCCC in Cheyenne and Laramie. It starts here.
All right, fans, back here at Dick Cheney Alumni Stadium here as we await the start of the South Bison taking on the Natrona County Mustangs, the number 2 ranked Natrona County Mustangs. A few things to get taken care of. Look at our chat feature. Alan's going to tell you about our chat feature. Now, in years past, we've had fans from North Carolina, Minnesota, coast to coast. We've had California listeners, Phoenix, Arizona listeners. So if you can work our chat feature, let us know who you are, where you're listening from, and we'd like to include you in our broadcast coast to coast.
Yeah, if you're watching on a PC, for example, and you're actually at YouTube, the live chat feature is to the right of the video player. So if you're in YouTube and you're watching this, just go to the right. There's a chat feature. Just let us know you're there, who you are. We'll give you a shout out on air. Also, if you're at the website, southhighbisonathletics.com, you should be able to see a link to get to YouTube. And then at that point, you can go ahead and chat us. If you're watching on your mobile device, the live chat will be at the very bottom of the screen. You just got to scroll that feature up, give us a shout out. One thing I do want to point out once again is we do apologize. The video might look a little blurry. It's going to go based on where we're at in the state. And so I'm pretty sure we're peeking out Natrona County's service right now. But hey, you know what? At least as long as you can get the audio, we'll try to give you the best video we can. You might see the video stop in between as we try to make some tweaks in the streaming for you. That's the one great thing about this new feature is we can go ahead and stop the stream in the middle. It won't stop the recording. It'll go black for a minute. Then once we get everything set, we'll start streaming again.
All right, let's take a quick trip around the state as Friday Night Lights opens in the state of Wyoming for all 4A football teams. One brand new thing this year for the 4A conference is a brand new school. Thunder Basin High School has opened up in Campbell County and in Gillette. So now Gillette has the 2 schools. They have Campbell County High School and Thunder Basin. And none other than your hometown Central Indians get to make their first road trip up to Thunder Basin to take them on tonight in that game. The word we have is that a majority of Campbell County's team from last year did make the transfer over to Thunder Basin. So Thunder Basin, although they're a brand new school in 4A, I think they're ranked number 3rd starting the season.
Number 3.
Number 3. And so they're looking to be a brand new school, but to be a force. And the Central Indians get to make that road trip up to Gillette.
Yeah, and the one thing we got to remember is Thunder Basin was not put in the same situation that Cheyenne South was when South opened up. If you guys remember back in 2010, South opened up with only freshmen and sophomores, and then they were forced to self-populate at that point, to where Thunder Basin, they opened up freshman to senior class, and they gave those students, the sophomores or the juniors and seniors going into this this school year, the opportunity to either stay at Campbell County or stay at Thunder Basin, and there was the exodus. So for all of you Cheyenne fans that are hoping for the leveling out of competition, it's going to be probably another year or two before everything levels out, especially with Campbell County or Gillette being such a powerhouse in the 4A conference. The one thing that won't change, though, Steve, is the force that Natrona County is in football every year.
Yeah, that's Steve Harshman in his 27th year, he doesn't rebuild, he just reloads. So the other Gillette school, Campbell County, they've been so dominant over the past decades in pretty much every sport, and so their football team, as we said, most of them transferred to Thunder Basin, so they are very depleted. All the way to the fact that their head coach quit them 1st of July. He said, I've got no players, I'm not going to coach. So that you can make your own judgments about that decision. But they're going to be very depleted. They get to make the road trip down to play Cheyenne East. I believe Cheyenne East was ranked preseason number 4. Chad Goff always puts a great product on the field. So East, the only in-town team tonight in Cheyenne, and they're playing Campbell County in what looks to be maybe a way for East to get off to a strong start.
Well, I'll tell you what, here's what's going to make East dangerous this year. They went back to the spread formation on offense. For all of you who remember the years when East was a very dominant football program, one of the top Power 4, the Power 4 schools they called it, they were running spread last couple of years. They kind of got away from that. They still made the playoffs last year. South did beat East last year, and I'm going to hang my hat on that for many, 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 many years. Melissa, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I know you you work at East, but I've just got to mention that. And I just want to say hi to her, by the way. I told her I'd say hi. She's our sound guy. She's our sound lady. Right now in Cheyenne. So I want to say hi to Melissa. I hope you're doing good. But anyways, back to this. They're going back to the spread formation. They got really good speed. So East is going to be one of those teams that is going to be a force to reckon with. So
Sheridan comes into the season ranked number 1, and the word on the street is that they are faster than they were last year when they cruised to a state championship. That is a scary thought. They'll be hosting the Rock Springs Tigers. Rock Springs, another team that lost pretty much their virtual entire backfield from last year. They've got a great coach and a great system where they just punch you in the mouth for 48 minutes. So we'll see how Rock Springs reloads. And then the final game on the schedule is Kelly Walsh and Laramie. All games are 7 p.m. starts tonight, but we'll be keeping a close eye around the state on all 5 of these football games.
Yes, we will. And Steve will give us the updates, the Bison Web and Media score updates as Cheyenne South makes their way back onto the field. They are, I'm going to say, on the... Where do you think, the south side of the stadium? Or?
Oh, I have no orientation of direction
just
at all.
Just completely lost. Well, we're going to take a quick time out. I'm going to make some video adjustments, see if that helps, make it a little sharper for you guys. So we're going to be right back here on the Bison, Steve.
1112 BISN is your Bison network.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wyoming. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back here live on the S&J Science pregame show, Dick Cheney Alumni Field in Casper, Wyoming. The South High Bison are set to take on the number 2 Natrona County Mustangs in opening week action for a football here in the state of Wyoming. And tonight's uniform report is going to be brought to you by American National Insurance. See Robert Martinez, and boy, he's doing a good job of that insurance company and really growing that thing. So give him a look. We'll start out with the road traveling South High Bison. They are in their road unis, which consist of the Vegas gold pants, white jerseys with black numerals, and new flat black helmets this year with a black S on them. So a little bit of a different look for South, just basically with the helmets. And as we've seen in the past, Natrona can come out with a multitude of uni options, and all really pretty. I like the orange and the black. That's a good color combination. As the Natrona County Mustangs take the field out of their tunnel, they will be wearing all black pants, black jerseys. They have white numbers with some orange trim. Of course, white helmets with the orange NC on it. So that is your uniform report brought to you by American National Insurance, Robert Martinez. And that's a sizable football team you're seeing coming on the field, Natrona County. And so, Alan, talk about some of your keys tonight for South to find success in this opening weekend.
Well, one thing that South is going to need to do, Steve, is they're going to need to not overwhelm themselves. I'm just going to. I know it sounds easy. It's easier said than done, but you've got to keep your nerves under. It's the first game of the season. First of all, everyone has first game jitters, but when you're tasked to play Natrona County, that makes those jitters a little bit bigger. So keep yourself under control. 2, control the ball. Don't turn the ball over. Don't give Natrona County a short field. If you give them a short field, it makes it easier for them. And number 3, just go out there and play your game. Go out there and play your game and have fun doing it. I just got kind of taken by surprise. Sorry.
So the Natrona County Band's going to take the field right now as we get ready for the national anthem. Boy, excitement for us here. First game of the season. We've got a jam-packed season for you on 11-12 BISN. We'll not be making the trip next week to Thunder Basin, but then we have 2 or 3 weeks in a row we'll be in the city of Cheyenne calling games. We're glad we were able to get this first one in here at Natrona.
Boy, South's got a nasty road schedule this year. For those of you who don't know, they've got obviously Casper. They're coming up this week. Next week they go to Gillette for Thunder Basin. Then they're home for like 2 or 3 weeks, and they've got to go to Gillette for Campbell County. Then they got to go to Sheridan. That's just I'll tell you what, I hope they have miles or something on the school credit cards, because someone's going to get a good trip. So
brutal road trip, and we'd be remiss without mentioning that all 6 years of us doing this, one of the two of us have had a player on the football team, and we continue that tradition now. But let's pause for the national anthem.
beautiful rendition of the national anthem, and
the Natrona County High School marching band
with the Natrona County cannon. I was kind of confused. I didn't know which flags to look at, because they were raising the ones in the end zone, but then they had the ROTC right here. So what are they doing? I missed it. I was talking. I apologize.
Just removing the colors from the field.
And I sat down. I am such a horrible patriot. I'm sorry, everyone.
And diva.
I did not mean to sit down. I am a diva. Can you guys hear me?
Everybody's being so quiet.
They can all hear me.
True Wyoming salute to our great country. God bless America and God bless Wyoming.
Yeah. So I want to talk about this little thing that happened as we're about, got to be so close to kickoff, but Steve and I were given a big compliment coming in by a Natrona County parent. Said he's been watching us on YouTube and he thinks we're the best broadcasters in the state. Said we have so much fun, and, I appreciate that. So you guys let the WAB know.
We got out of the car and we're walking toward the stadium, and a guy comes up behind us and he goes, "Hey, you guys are my favorite broadcasters in the state." And we turn around and he's a Natrona County guy. And so that was very cool. He says he always likes to watch and listen to the games on YouTube. So tell your friends and family about it. So Natrona apparently won the toss and elected to receive. I know they are receiving the ball. I'm not sure if it was a defer situation that South deferred, or Natrona actually won the toss, but I did see the referee indicate that Natrona would take the first possession, and we're going to call that probably the I would say that's the north end zone, wouldn't you?
I'm going to say the north end zone.
Because the sun's over here, that's the west, that's it. So that's the north end zone. We're going to call that the north end zone. So
Steve's going to keep you up to date with who our kicker is. as well. I want to say it's Isaiah Reynolds, number 35.
That's our punter.
He should be our kicker, too.
Yep, kicker and punter.
So the one thing that South does not do, and this is what I've liked, they've never done this since they opened the doors. They've never done individual. They've always introduced themselves as a team. It makes me wonder, though, are they going to do it tonight? Because they got a group of guys out in front of them. But usually the visiting
No,
teams
they'd be
are
lined up.
So.
Yep, they go right to the sideline. Most teams in high school will line up in the end zones for the national anthem so they can run their starting lineups out. South just goes straight to their sideline. They've got their kickoff team ready to go. So South's defense is going to get the first test.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Here tonight.
First 3 games of the season last year, Steve, if you recall, they played pretty good against the run and the pass. And then something happened in that 4th game of the season when they lost that first game, and their run defense was kind of put to the test, and teams ran against us, especially Rock Springs. But then you know what? Rock Springs ran against everybody last year, so we can't really say anything about that. But let's see if the new blood comes in and does any good here. Jacob Hagberg, who missed all of last season because of an injury, is back. That's going to be huge. Kobe Floyd didn't really play much last season. I've heard he's at a great camp as a defensive end. He's long, he's fast, he's strong. So it's going to come down to making sure they play disciplined defense. Watch your gaps. You play this type of defense, you got gap control. They're going to play a lot of man defense on corners, maybe switch the zone, and a big hole. Don't know what that is. Steve just got buzzed by. Must be a rare Casper.
Was that a fly or a wasp?
I have no idea. But
holy cow.
So once again, for all of you fans out there, we want to apologize if the video is blurry. We try to give the best video we can, but if the video is that bad, make sure you just listen to us. Steve's really good at play-by-play.
Alan's really good at color.
Color commentator.
You didn't bring no breath mints?
I did bring breath mints because you guys don't want to smell our breaths all the way up here in Casper.
South's trotting on here for the kickoff. They'll be kicking from the south end to the north end.
Isaiah Reynolds going to line it up.
Brett Brenton and Mason Gallegos is who Natrona has listed as kick returners.
Boy, they've got to really watch that Brett Brenton. So one thing we also want to point out is make sure if you're on YouTube, there is a chat feature. Make sure you give us a shout out. We'll try to say hey as much as we can. We got new production stuff in here, so it's going to be kind of time consuming on what we do.
Sir?
Dominic Swank.
That's not Dominic Swank.
Should be. So South going to line it up, kick off from the 40.
Well, we don't know who 85 is.
I have the main roster, so we'll check that later.
So we'll put it underway, and the boot is going to be fielded by Benton at the 14-yard line, and he's outside early. He's being chased by 26. Oh, and he's popped right at the 50-yard line. So big return for Natrona to start the game. Give him 36 yards on that return. The tackle made by Wyatt Garcia. And Natrona will start right at, actually they're marking him at the 49, so 33 on the return. Or excuse me, Steve, 35.
35.
35 on the return, so Natrona will have the first possession just inside their territory. Jesse Harshman, the quarterback.
That's one thing you didn't want to do is give Natrona a short field to start, but you know what? That Brett Brenton, he's just one of the top leaders in all-purpose yards last year.
He'll get the first carry, go off tackle, big hole, and he gets to the edge, and just what we talked about, Kobe Floyd's going to have to chase him out at about the 19-yard line. So 32 yards on the first carry, and already a South High Bison down on the play. And that might be Wyatt Garcia, who tried to make the tackle outside.
Boy, that kid's just got – he was patient. Number 4 just was patient. Number 4
and South has had some injuries in preseason camp. That is Garcia that's injured, and Is that going to put
we'll see.
Jaden Cummings into the game early?
Nope, they didn't. They put number 2 back there instead. Smart move.
So, just what we said, South didn't want to have happen. Natrona, 35-yard kick return and then a 32-yard play from scrimmage.
Alex Soto in the game at safety now.
And again, Harshman will set up with Brenton in the backfield. Twin receivers to the right, single receiver to the left.
South's got to contain that edge. They got to control the gaps.
Going to throw. Flares it out, 87. And he's going to walk into the end zone untouched.
2 plays.
Riley Shepperson, the senior, will go 19 yards on the reception from Harshman. Holy cow, folks. We're not 29 seconds into the game, and Natrona's on the board.
Not the start you wanted if you're South. Blown coverage from I wouldn't necessarily say blown coverage. I'd just say late reaction to that Pass. Harshman, number 3 to number 87. And he went in untouched, 19 yards, Steve, and that's not what you want to start.
So Shepperson also handles the kicking duties for Natrona. Holy cow. Not the way you want the 2017 season to start for South. Low snap, kick is up, and it is good. So 11:31 to go, first quarter. It's Natrona 7, South nothing. Let's take a quick timeout on 11:12 BISN.
Your Bison Network.
With American National, when you insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, you can get cash back. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
That college degree won't finish itself. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. Become what you want to be. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. Laramie County Community College in Cheyenne. It starts here. Get into a career, not just a job. Higher education is the gateway to so many opportunities. Register today at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu.
Wyatt Garcia and who else?
Dominic Dominguez. Wyatt Garcia and Dominic Dominguez.
So it's good to see that Dom's all right. He probably just.
It was Wyatt that got hurt.
Wyatt, I mean.
He's back on the field. Shepperson has it teed up. Holy cow.
2 plays, Steve. 2 plays. South's got to be able to respond and hopefully take some time off the clock here.
Big boot will go in and out of the end zone. So South will start the first drive at their 25-yard line.
Oh, you're pinned deep.
Or at the 20-yard line, rather.
Pinned deep to start your first drive. You got to have some type of response here. Like I said, once again, guys, we're doing our best to get you some clear video. Hopefully it'll sharpen up as I mess with things here. And
so 1st and 10 South, Eric Fowler will lead the charges out. They'll come out with Trimble, the single back, and they'll split a guy to each side with a couple wing backs. First hand up the middle, Trimble chugs ahead for about a 6-yard gain there. Looked like number 89 on the tackle for Natrona.
Boy, that fullback dive last year was really successful with us, and they catch teams by surprise because they're expecting for us to get outside with our speed, and to be able to do that's just a solid play there.
So actually, they give him up to the 27. It's a 7-yard gain.
7-yarder. Huh?
So it'll be 2nd down and 3. Same formation. Looks like a double wing type formation, split to each side. And now whistles will blow the play dead.
I don't see a flag up.
Sideline warning, I believe.
They must have been on the white, huh?
So I think, was it Natrona getting warned here?
Yep, Natrona.
Okay. So no harm, no foul. Sideline warning on the Mustangs, and it'll stay 2nd and 3 for the Bison. Again, Trimble, the single back. Split a man each side. Give again to Trimble, straight up the middle. Nothing doing that time.
Yeah, they gave him a yard.
Are they going to give him one?
Looks like they gave him a yard. A long yard, close to, a yard.
So give him one to the 28. And that'll bring up 3rd and 2 and see what South does here. on third down. Play being relayed in.
Now, this was a big point of contention with South last year, third down conversions. They were not really high percentage successful rate when it comes to third down conversions. Hopefully they can get that done. And
Swank comes near side for South, double wing formation. And again, 3 gives straight up the head to Trey Trimble. Holy moly. Not what you wanted there. He's going to lose yards on that play.
How many yards did they take off? 1 yard?
Let's see where they're going to mark it. They still have it. They're going to mark it back to the 27, so he lost 1. And that'll bring up fourth down, punting situation.
Boy, they blitzed that play right off the bat. They hit the gaps and they put us down. And who's punting for? That's number 35.
Okay. No, it looks like Swank's punting, isn't he? Is that 80?
Is that 80?
Yep.
I can't tell. You got the binoculars. Yep.
Snap is decent.
And
Swank just kicks it straight up in the air.
It got tipped.
Did it get tipped?
It got tipped.
And South is going to down it, but Natrona's going to have great field position to start the second drive.
27 to the 36.
9-yard punt.
At the Cheyenne South 41-yard line, 1st and 10, Natrona.
Yeah, you could tell it got tipped. I couldn't tell who tipped it. I'll have to look at the official stat keeper, but it did get tipped on that attempt. South already giving Natrona, though.
So a two-play
field position.
51-yard drive for Natrona for a score, and then South comes and runs 3 fullback dives right up the middle, and they go 3 and out. So
South
2 receivers each side for Natrona. Benton, the single back.
And there's the pass.
Harshman to throw. He's got a wide open guy right down the middle of the field.
Blown coverage.
Wow.
Blown coverage right there.
Number 7, that is Tell Campbell for Natrona. 36 yards.
Number 7?
Number 7, 36 yards from Harshman. Holy cow. He was so wide open, I could have probably hit him.
Well, I'll tell you what. Hagberg peeled off, and he was pointing to that receiver that was yours, and the cornerback did not see that, and it was wide open, Steve. Does not get any easier for that, and South's got to get that fixed. We're already down 13-0 in the first quarter. How much time's left? I can't see the scoreboard.
9 minutes left in the first quarter. There is some sort of penalty on Natrona, maybe a procedure of call of some sort.
They've had 3 plays, Steve, and they've scored on 2 of them. 2 out of the 3 plays have been touchdowns.
3 plays, 87 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Harshman 2 for 2 for 55 yards. Both passes are touchdowns. They've got to communicate in the backfield. I mean, Hagberg did his best. It looked like Hagberg peeled off to get the underneath. That's zone coverage. You got to do that, and that extra point's good.
So the kick is up and good. So less than 3 minutes gone in the game, and the score is Natrona 14, South 0. You're listening to high school football on 1112 BISN.
Your Bison Network. Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003. With American National, you get a dedicated agent and an outstanding array of products to meet your insurance needs. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
So we are back here live. And South a bit shell-shocked early. Holy cow, I know I am.
I'm shocked, and I'll tell you what, we said they couldn't play timid. And the players seem a little tight. There's already been on one play, just that last touchdown, just a mix-up in communication on who was defending who.
Yeah.
That I blame on nerves, I mean, Natrona's good at that, and they're going to test this pass defense against South and then soften them and get him with the run later on.
Shepperson going to drive it again into the end zone. They'll let it go. One of our keys to the game at the beginning was to not let Natrona have big plays. They have 3 plays, one for 32, one for 19, and one for 36. Yep. So that formula is not going to work.
No, it's not. And we're down 14-0. South's got 7 yards on 3 plays. Their one punt was 9 yards. So
here they go on their second drive, desperately in need of trying to sustain something here. And again, they'll come out double wing, double split, Tremble the single back. And this time Fowler's going to fake it to Trimble and keep it on what looked kind of like an option. And I think they're going to give him progress back to the 20. That's very generous, I think.
Yeah, no gain. So the pitch would have been there. I'm going to say the Z-back, I think is who it is, didn't get far enough for Eric to really get a good pitch. Natrona wasn't playing the pitch really well. That could have gone for a big gainer. They were playing that inside. So if he would have pitched that could have been a big gain, which is exactly what South would have needed.
And if you look at the front seven of Natrona and South's front seven on offense, South's not going to outmuscle these guys up the gut. The give to Garcia. He's got a bit of a hole there, and he'll actually make a nice little gain there of about 5 yards.
Looks like they marked it right at 5 yards, Steve. So that's what you want. You want third and shorts. I consider 3rd and 5 a third and makeable down. So what do you do here?
Don't give it off to the fullback up the middle.
I recommend
would
that.
be my first recommendation.
Highly recommend not to do that as well. So.
And at some point they're going to have to maybe try to put something in the air to soften this Natrona defense up a bit.
Natrona's defense right now not worried about the passing game. I mean, you could tell by what they're doing.
And they're going to give it this time to, I think Garcia got it again going the other way. He's only going to get about a yard. Well, they're going to give him 2. Looks like up to the 27. So, again, a punt situation, 3 and out for South, as they are just bound and determined to run that up the gut.
Well, you know, they're trying to stay true to their game plan, Steve. The problem is there's missed blocks happening right now. Natrona's blitzing. You've got to do something to get Natrona out of that blitz mode. So South's going to be punting from the 30 or the 27-yard line. 27,
and Natrona's going to call a timeout.
That's huge.
7:08 to go. First quarter timeout Natrona here on 1112 BISN.
We're going to take a quick station identification here.
Jaden, you're watching the BISN network.
How was that for a station identification, huh? You couldn't even hear it, but they heard it out there. That's all that matters. Once again, I know you guys are thinking, man, the video is blurry. Well, you know what? We're trying our best.
I don't think it looks that bad. I think Allen's being awful critical of himself.
Well, I'm always critical of myself. You know, it comes with how it goes, you know. And I want to thank all the viewers that are watching. Make sure if you're on YouTube that you go ahead and subscribe to us. The subscription's free. Give us a shout-out on the chat feature. Let us know you're watching. Lance Hart, there you go, showing us some love, man. Should have came up with us, Lance. I know you're a branch manager, but you should have came up with us.
Love you, man.
Make sure you subscribe to us, especially if you're watching on YouTube. It's a free subscription. You'll know when we go live. You'll know when we schedule things.
So a different punter in the game. This is 85, and I don't know who he is. We don't have an 85 on the roster.
Is it 85?
And he almost got that block, but that's a little bit better punt. It's high in the air, and catch that ball. They do at the 44. So 17-yard punt there. Ugh. 9 yards and 17, so we're averaging 13 yards a punt.
And I'm going to effort number 85.
So Natrona will start its third drive.
Second one in South territory.
At the 44, and South.
I am efforting. How does that sound? I'm efforting.
75 down there, huh?
I'm efforting.
That's that Brandon Lane.
Efforting.
All right, 1st and 10 Natrona. It is Harshman and Benton in the backfield. Trip receivers bunched to the left and a single receiver to the right. They'll send a man in motion across the formation and give it straight ahead to Benton. He's got a hole right up the middle. Benton's to the outside. Benton to the 20, puts a move on, and Soto's going to knock him out of bounds, but there's another 30-plus yard play. They're going to take him out at the 8-yard line.
So how many yards did I forgot where they were at.
44. So that's 36 on that one.
68 yards rushing on 2 carries.
Benton up the middle. Chugging. He's going to be down close to the goal line. They're not going to get him in. Trey Trimble getting up off the pile. Benton's going to gain 7 on that, down to the 1. So 2nd and goal from the 1.
How much did he gain?
7 yards.
Jeez.
Assisting on that stop was 62 Jace Packer for the Bison. 2nd and goal, Natrona from the 1.
They gave it to Jace Packard. I gave it to Trey Trimble.
Well, Packard might have been in on it, and he goes in untouched there. Touchdown, Natrona, Benton. And this thing is getting out of hand early, folks. We're not even halfway through the first quarter, and Natrona set to go up 21-0, pending a made extra point.
Yeah, that's tough. When your offense cannot sustain drives, that makes it tough. Who are we looking for? Number 85, you said?
Yeah. Shepperson for the extra point.
We do not have an 85 even on the official roster that I got sent. It makes me wonder if that isn't Isaiah.
Isaiah Reynolds?
Isaiah Reynolds is supposed to be number 35, but he's listed as their kicker and their punter.
So let's say that's him then. Isaiah Reynolds is the punter and the kicker. We're going to leave it right here. We're going to run out of commercials. Here, we'll be efforting some looks around the state.
I'll tell you what,
some of these other games.
I want to give a shout out to the South High Bison tennis team. Starting the season off, Steve, 3-0 with wins over Cheyenne East, Rollins, and Torrington. All conference wins for the tennis team. Brendan Locke's just, state runner-up for last year for South, finished in 2nd place. He's just rolling through opponents. But then we got that kid from Burns, Wyatt Eben, I want to say. He's our number 2 singles. He's rolling through players. But our doubles teams are sticking it up. So give Coach Josh Cossett a great round of applause for the work he's done to that program. Swimming going on up down in Laramie right now with the relays. Instead of in Gillette, they're having it in Laramie, just like they did last year. Then
Go ahead.
We got volleyball that's hosting a big invite at Cheyenne South as well. So and Central and East.
So Cheyenne Central opens up an early 8-0 lead on Thunder Basin.
What?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Here comes the kickoff, and this one will be returnable. Dominguez at the 1, slips. He gets to the 10 and cuts it upfield and gets across the 15. Is that a flag that came in late?
Yep. So about a 14-yard return.
Well, they're going to more than that.
They're marking it where?
They're going to mark him at the 16, so that's 15 on the return as he got it from the 1. And let's see what the flag's all about here.
Looks like it's on Natrona, so that's a good thing.
So, it's a pretty big mark off here.
I wonder if it might have been a face mask or personal foul.
Dead ball, personal foul. So, South's going to get across the 30, their own 30 for the first time in the game. Actually, give him 16 on that return because he went from the 1 to the 17. Penalty moves it out to the 32.
I cannot stress enough how important this drive is. Stress enough.
And Fowler's going to roll and look to throw for the first time. Boy, everybody's
got a guy wide open down here.
Oh, yeah, but everybody underneath was covered up, but he's getting hit. Quite a nice gain on the rollout. Looks like they're going to get him up to the
37-yard gain.
Boy, 30. Yeah, call it the 39. Give him 7 on the carry for Fowler. 2nd and 3, much more manageable. His underneath guys were blanket covered, but Allen saw Swank breaking free downfield.
I think the safety saw Eric wasn't going to throw it and just broke his coverage. That was just a good veteran play there. So
2nd and 3, and look to see what the Bison do here. 5:22 and counting first quarter. Fake the give, roll right. Cuts it back inside, no blocking, and just has to throw it away, no one in the area.
Incomplete pass. I'll tell you what, if I'm the coach, I'm going to say, you know what, make sure you throw that a little bit more towards the sideline next time rather than the middle of the field. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 3, and South 0 for 2 on the game right now in 3rd downs.
Michael McCoy was out there and kind of missed a block, got a little too wide, and left Eric there hanging out to dry. Some other scores, Sheridan up early on Rock Springs, 14-0 early in that game. Cheyenne East is ahead of Gillette 7-0, and Kelly Walsh and Laramie tied at 7. All these games in the first quarter. 3rd and 3. Trimble straight ahead. He's going to have a first down across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. So give him 7. Actually, yep. Give him 7 on the carry, and the Bison with their first down of the game, and that's a big one.
That's a big confidence boost. I mean, I'll tell you what, that fullback dive, it's been working pretty good. They stuffed it a couple of times, but they ran those outside plays, the bootlegs, and what does that do? It gets your linebackers honest, and that'll open up that fullback dive for that first down, and that's a confidence builder for South to be able to not go 3 and out. Their first 3rd down conversion of the game, too, so.
Fowler drops, quick hitter. Got Kobe Floyd over the middle. First down for Kobe and more into Natrona territory. So he's going to have about 16 on the reception down to the Natrona 38-yard line. So South on the move here, just a little quick 3-step drop and a quick slant to Kobe Floyd, and that's a nice looking play there. Ball delivered well by Fowler.
You know what? You play that 5, 6, 7 yard off the receiver, and you don't have that linebacker playing that little hook zone. That's going to be open quite a bit, Steve. And you know what? You got a big body like Floyd. That can be there later on in the game. You got to remember that.
Back to the ground, Trimble up the middle, and he's going to have a good gain there, maybe about 5 yards. Number 65 for Natrona on the tackle.
Well, you know what? That's another 5-yard gain. You know, that's moving that's building your offensive line's confidence, Steve, and that's building Tremble's. He's realizing, you know what? I'm able to get these holes, get these hard yards, and that's going to soften up hopefully the defensive line and linebacker core of Natrona to hopefully break something big.
2nd and 5 for South. Again, it'll be Trimble, and this time he'll have to make a little move to the right. He's going to get forward progress, but maybe only about a yard.
I'm thinking a yard on that one. He had to cut it to the outside. One thing you cannot do to a fullback is, as a fullback, you cannot start becoming an east-west runner. You got to stay north-south. So did they give him a yard? They
did give him a yard. Definite 4-down territory, I would think, here for the Bison.
Boy, 12th play of the quarter for South. 3rd down. This is their 4th 3rd down of the quarter. They've only converted 1. That was that nice run by Trimble up the middle.
The one good thing this is doing is giving the South's defense a chance to. I know a lot of these guys are playing both ways, but there are some players that are just defensive guys that are getting the chance to kind of mellow out. This time he's going to roll. There is a flag.
There's a flag. It's going to be on South.
It's going to be a dead ball, yeah. And they had Fowler running on play action, so false start.
First penalty of the game for South.
You have 3rd and 4, now you're 3rd and 9. So you're pretty manageable 3rd and 4, and now you've really got to go to something that's, South's not a 3rd and long team.
No, they're not. But anything's possible. So maybe that number 35 was a typo.
Floyd's going to check into the game for the Bison.
So for those of you that are trying to give a shout out, you just got to either go to YouTube. There's a live chat feature on the right side of the screen. If you're on a mobile device, it's on the bottom of your screen. You do have to sign into YouTube to be able to use the chat feature. So if you have a Gmail account or you don't have one, just create a YouTube account. We got a guy open in the flat, and that's going to be Austin White. And
great play there by the Natrona County DB. White just about broke free and might have had a heck of a big gain there. They're going to give him 5 on the reception.
Boy, that was a good play. You just got to give that DB credit.
Ben Akers, the senior, hung on for dear life. I thought White was going to slip him.
And we're going to go for it. This is a good call.
Yeah, this is definite 4-down territory. So ball to the Natrona 32-yard line, 4th and about 4 for South. They need to get to the 28.
Boy, that flat was wide open, though. Kobe Floyd back in the game, too.
Fowler under center.
Trying to get him to jump. South going to burn a timeout.
South's going to call a timeout here. So that gives us a chance to step away for a quick sec. You're listening to Friday Night Lights High School Ball here on 1112 BISN.
Your Bison Network. With American National, you get a dedicated agent and an outstanding array of products to meet your insurance needs. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
Worry less about your insurance coverage while adding money back into your wallet with the American National Cashback Reward Program. Insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, and you can get back 25% of your first year premium. Best of all, your reward continues every year as long as you remain claim-free. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
What is your focus? How will you hone it? Will it transform you? Or will you transform it? Where does it start? Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Life.
So South will come out now. They tried to get Natrona to jump. It is 4th and 4. South did call a timeout. Kobe Floyd split wide to the right, one-on-one. They try a little bit of a reverse there, and
too much dancing. Too much dancing.
Not going to get. He's going to get to the 30, about 2 yards, but they had a misdirection call,
and it was there. The hole was wide open. That's number 36.
Tannen Van Tassel.
I love the kid, hard runner. If he would have just hit the hole without dancing, that would have been a great play. How many yards did they give him?
2 yards.
2.
So they come up short.
But you know what? That's a learning thing, and he'll remember that next time because that hole was right there, man, wide open. Great attempt by Tannen. Hard worker, extremely tough runner, sophomore.
38-yard drive put together there by South, 6 or 7 play drive. And now Natrona will come back out again, Harshman. And he'll go under center this time, I formation. Pro I with a man split each side. Fake to give. Harshman back. Harshman under pressure. Harshman is going to get out of the pocket and make a gain of it. And boy, South had all kinds of opportunities to get Harshman in the backfield, and they just couldn't quite get it done. And he'll have a big gainer there.
17 yards.
17 yards on the scramble from Harshman. South had great pressure. Brady Dunn had him. He also had pressure from the right side of the defensive line, and just some nifty moves by the senior, and South not doing a good job of breaking down and keeping him inside that pocket. Again, I formation, pro set I. Straight ahead give to the fullback, and he's got a big gain.
Wyatt Garcia on the tackle, touchdown saving tackle, actually.
He's going to have 9 yards on that gain.
And what number was that?
36 on the tackle. 22 was the ball carrier. Chase Brochtenbach, the junior.
I'm going to say long yards, so I'm going to say 9.
Yep, give him 9 on the carry. Harshman and Benton behind center in the shotgun, trips receivers to the right side. And it's going to be the throw out to number 7.
That should have been an illegal block. He was blocking downfield.
Yeah, the receiver was blocking before, and he's going to go all the way in for the touchdown.
That should have been a flag. That should have been a flag. Who caught that? Number 7?
Yep. 44-yard touchdown, but the Natrona had a receiver blocking a defensive back before Harshman threw the ball, and folks, that's a penalty.
That is a penalty. I'll tell you what, that should have been offensive pass interference, as that slot receiver was blocking Jacob Hagberg before the quarterback threw the ball 6 yards down the field. But you know what? You got to play through that. You got to still try to make the tackle. South was unable to. I'm not very happy right now because that was a horrible call. The side judge was standing right there.
Oh, yeah, it's an easy call to make.
He should have seen it, and it wasn't seen. And
so 44 yards there on the connection, and we have 47 seconds left in the first quarter. It's Natrona 28, South 0. We'll keep it right here till the kickoff because we'll have a break here at the end of the first quarter. Akers? Okay.
I don't know why that's important.
I don't know why he's telling us that.
Why is he telling us that? I don't care who's long snapping for Natrona. Come on.
He might have thought we were the
stadium announcers,
maybe? I don't know.
Maybe the black and gold didn't give it away. Oh.
Maybe they're listening to us on 1112 BISN.
I don't think we
but
ever.
Why would they want us to call out the long snapper?
For all you Natrona fans that are listening across the country, Brendan Akers with a great long snap to the Well, what was a missed penalty turns into a touchdown and a 28-0 lead, and we're still in the first quarter. South's got to do something. They got to get something. How did they miss that block downfield?
Shepperson's leg's going to be getting tired here. And they'll let that go in the end zone and get a start at the 20.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's had 3 touchbacks and one that was 59 yards.
So 47.2 seconds to go first quarter. And South will start at their own 20-yard line. 21-0 now, Sheridan over Rock Springs.
Let's check the YouTube chat line. Frondy Waters.
Coach.
Frondy.
Get to bed early, Coach.
Yeah, I don't think it's really tackling, Frondy. It's, well, yeah, I'd say a lot tackling. We've got to give Natrona credit, man. They're blocking really well. We've got to get off those blocks. We've got to get off the offensive pass interferences and make those tackles.
All right, let it go. Option now this time, and that's not going to work for South as Garcia is going to be dropped for a 1-yard loss, it looks like. And, boy, there's just the back and the quarterback just too close to each other, it looks like, on that.
Okay, we're going to do a quick station identification in between here really quick.
Yeah, American Bison football. You're watching the game on 1112 BISN Network.
Thunder Basin's come back and scored to make that game 8-7.
That was Eric Fowler, senior quarterback for Cheyenne South. So it is second and 11.
And they'll go straight up the middle with Trimble there. That'll be the end of the first quarter. Trimble will fall ahead for 2 yards, so we will come back. South will have 3rd and 9 when we come back after 1 quarter of play from Dick Cheney Alumni Field. It is Natrona 28, South 0. You're listening to high school football on 1112 BISN.
Your Bison Network.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wyoming. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Get into a career, not just a job. Higher education is the gateway to so many opportunities. Register today at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu, LCCC in Cheyenne. It's tough to compete for jobs. Degrees can help. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu, LCCC in Cheyenne and Laramie. It starts here.
With American National, when you insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, you can get cash back. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
So we come back to start the second quarter.
I'll tell you what, South had 2 first downs in that first quarter, Steve. We had a total of 58 yards on offense, 37 on the ground, 21 in the air. But defensively, we have just been a sieve. Just a sieve.
So this is going to be 3rd and, they got the ball marked up at the 22. So have to give, I'm sorry to do this, Hal, but you're going to have to give Trimble 3 on that last carry.
Yeah, that's an easy fix. So we had 38 yards.
This is 3rd and 8 for South. Receiver to each side. Fake the give, roll, better blocking this time. Fowler runs. He's got a man. Oh, and he throws it behind him. That was Trimble out of the backfield. He was up close to the first down. Also had Kobe Floyd look like he was running.
Kobe's window shut, though. Kobe's window shut, and that forced that underneath throw. Just threw it behind him. That's one thing that's really hard to do is throw on the run like that, especially at the high school level. Missed conversion. South now 1 for 5 third down conversions. And is that Dominique Swank back to punt?
I believe so. So South will punt from their 22. Good snap by Trimble. Nice punt there. Going to drive Benton back. Oh, what a great punt. Takes a south bounce. Wow, that's going to roll all the way down to the 12-yard line. So 18 and 30. That's a 50-yard punt. That'll help the punting average out. We had one for, 9 yards, one for 17, and one for 50.
Hey, that's improvement. That is improvement, though, man.
Took a heck of a south bounce there.
So South, on the other hand, our defense, we gave up 99 yards passing, 3 for 3 in that
Wait
first
a minute,
quarter.
Alan. That's a 68-yard punt.
68?
My bad. 10, 28, and 38 is 66.
66-yard punt.
Wow.
I love these Natrona PA guys. They're excited even for South. Usually the home ones don't get excited for the visiting team. So
again, the familiar shotgun with Benton and Harshman will take the snap.
Well, Natrona disguises their play so well. You've got to play really, really sound defense.
Give it to Benton.
And there's a gap.
Man. Boy, he has great vision as Benton gets to the sideline. And he's going to get chased out by Floyd. That's almost a horse collar there.
Almost.
Don't want to tackle him like that. But, geez, 42 yards on the carry. Excuse me, 32 yards on the carry.
But I'll tell you what, he ran into Wyatt Garcia. Wyatt Garcia's back was turned.
I mean, Natrona's got to be averaging 30 yards a play.
Easily.
And they'll be up to the 44.
6th first down of the game, and they're looking to tack it on. And
Wyoming high school rules dictate that if a team's up by 45 in the second half, the clock just runs. And, boy, South's really not putting themselves in a good position to avoid having that happen to him. Number 13 gets the catch.
Garcia is going to be credited as well as who else?
Flag on the play. There was a single-digit number out there, I thought. False start Natrona, so it's all for naught. They'll get back up.
All for naught. So that take away that tackle for Dominique. For Dom.
Who's number 6 out there? He was in on that.
Number 6, Steve, is
Trey Gonzalez.
Trey Gonzalez.
The senior.
The senior. Echo.
So they're going to be backed up to Natrona to their own 39.
We've got them right where we want them now, Steve. 1st and long. 5-yard penalty on Natrona. Need to hold him here. This might be a confidence boost.
Play coming in from the sideline.
Schaefer next to us.
Harshman, Benton. Twin receivers, 2 each side.
Now that should have been a false start.
Straight
Another
ahead,
penalty.
and it is.
Slot receiver jumped.
What defensive line for South needs to
We need to get
off these blocks.
Yeah.
There's so many wide gaping holes
That's
out there.
the only problem is they're not getting off the blocks. They're penetrating. You see the penetration. They're just not getting off their blocks, so it makes that penetration pretty much moot. I just used the word moot, by the way, for all you Bison fans. But it makes it moot if you penetrate and you can't get off the block.
What's the plural of moot?
Moots.
Moots. Shout out to Moots Moody.
Shout out to our old friend in Lee Summit, Missouri. Oh, Lee Summit.
So 1st and 20 now for Natrona. Give off Benton up the middle. And again, just can't get off blocks. Benton, he's going to go all the way. Makes some cuts, and he's going to go 66 yards in for a touchdown. My goodness sakes alive.
That was horrible
You
tackling.
have got To be kidding me.
Horrible tackling by Cheyenne South there.
Oh.
That there, we had 2 or 3 guys that had him, if they would have just tried to put their shoulder into him for a 1 yard gain, 2 yard gains instead. That turns out to be a 66, you said?
Yep.
66-yard gain.
Kick is up and good, and fans, don't adjust your earpieces or your television sets, but there's 11 minutes to go till halftime, and Natrona's up 35-0.
Boy, they had, on that play, Steve, I'm going to say it, the South had defenders in position. Nobody
got to get off a block.
Got to get off a block, but then the guys that aren't on blocks have got to at least attempt to make a tackle.
And give Benton a ton of credit. I mean, he just was very patient, stayed behind his offensive line, and just found the guys that were tied up on South and went around them.
"45 minutes into the game, and I don't even know how long. I'm just guessing. I'm just going off the time. And it is now 35-0.
If something don't change here in a quick, this could be a quick second half.
Very quick second half. And who's back? Is that Wyatt Garcia, Dominic Dominguez.
Shepperson's going to have to take an ice bath and ice his leg.
Well, let's see if it was wind aided. I think it was the wind. I don't think he's going to boot this one into the end zone. We'll see.
And it is going to be
59-yarder.
Garcia from the goal line, and he'll get it out to about the 20, right up across the 20. Give him 21 on the return.
I picked it. I said it. I said it wouldn't be a touchback. Wind's in his face.
Well, his leg's probably tired after kicking off 6 times in a quarter.
Oh, my goodness. That last touchdown run was uncalled for.
It was unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Schaefer's got to be beside himself because he had guys in position.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there was a few guys that were blocked really well, a few guys that just didn't even attempt to make a tackle.
I mean, give Natrona, the senior offensive line, some credit. Doing a great job of blocking, but holy cow, at some point, South's got to get off a block. There's the reverse again. That's not going to go anywhere. And I believe it was Garcia on the carry. He might lose a yard. Actually, loss of a yard. Just give him a yard loss. 2nd and 11.
South's offensive line has got to do something, man. There's too much penetration up front. And the difference between our defensive line and Natrona's defensive line, they're able to get off blocks. They're able to, once they get that penetration, get off the block, seek out the ball handler, and make the tackle. Either that or spread this defense out, get their linebackers a little more honest, right? Because look at that. They're just attacking gaps. Now, there's a good play.
Fowler's
Nobody's
gonna roll.
open. Just throw it out of bounds.
And he's just going to have to get rid of it.
That's a great, great play there.
Trey Trimble?
Playing pressure there.
You mean Eric Fowler?
Yeah. So Fowler.
Boy, Natrona's popcorn. I'm going to say
That's
right now, they've set the bar. They've set the bar with there's some schools going to have to step up the game, man.
So Fowler just has to throw it away.
Eric Fowler with the incomplete pass from Cheyenne South.
So it'll be 3rd and 11. Fowler will come up under center. Double wing formation. Fowler drops, throws, looking for, and he had
a guy, and I
told
Kobe
Floyd just barely overthrew him, and another 3 and out for South. And that drive took all of about a minute.
Fowler now 2 for 6 on the game for 21 yards. Now, the one plus for this game is they have not turned the ball over. So they're switching punters like every other punt.
So Reynolds gets the kickoff. There's another good punt. That's going to drive Benton back to the 35.
Got guys there. Get off the block.
And Benton is, oh my goodness, come on.
That's just horrible tackling.
That is horrible.
Horrible tackling.
Oh my word.
There's a flag, though. It's going to negate it. There's 2 flags. It's going to come back. How long was that punt? From the
45 yards on the punt. God, who's 62? Is that Jace Packard? Looked like he just dove at him and missed.
Got to break down. That's going to be either a hold or a block in the back. There's no reason a guy should be that open on a punt return.
They've been open on every other play. So Natrona is going to get backed up. Looks like a hold. And they're going to spot foul it from the
41.
They're going to spot it from the 41.
Block in the back. They're going to say holding. So that's going to negate that punt. I'm going to have to see how they mark that yardage-wise. Because did he field it at the 41?
Fielded it at the 35.
So
we'll
have to see how the official stat keeper gives
maybe
that.
Maybe a 6-yard return and then a penalty. I don't know.
It's a 10-yard penalty on Natrona, though.
Regardless, Natrona will start at their own 31. They're up 35-0. 9:33 to go. And Benton is going to take a break. So Natrona,
I'll tell you right now,
putting second guys in.
If I was a coach on this staff, I would be saying, you guys have got to tackle.
Yeah, that's
poor tackling. Poor form. They're not breaking down. This is not the same team I saw breaking down in the black and gold scrimmage. Obviously, they're playing, Natrona, but now that's a good play.
There's a great play there, finally.
But it's still, who's that? Number 89?
89. 33, Dante Wallace with the carry. He's going to lose 5 yards. And who's 89? That's Hunter Scott.
Hunter Scott, a former
sophomore into the game.
Former junior Bison basketball player. Great play by Hunter.
Give him a 6-yard loss.
You got to find guys that want to tackle. Plain and simple.
Give up the middle there.
Too much reaching. Too much reaching.
Still on his feet. They can't get him down.
That's what happens when you reach.
And he's off to the races. Down the far sideline. Going to be finally taken out of bounds.
That's exactly what happens when you reach. Who's on that on the tackle?
25, 35, 45, 55. 59 yards on that run.
And who ran it?
Number 33, Dante Wallace.
And Tyler Wilkins on the tackle for Cheyenne South.
50, 55, 56, 58, actually. Yards on the run.
Man. Too many arm tackles, and you cannot count on arm tackles. We preach this starting in 3rd grade. You've got to put a shoulder into somebody.
One-on-one. There's finally a tackle made there by number 20, but not before they take the ball from 17 down to the 3, about 14. Number 8 on the reception. That's Akers.
First down.
First and goal. Number 20, Tyler Wilkin with the tackle there.
Well, he had the touchdown-saving tackle on the last play, and now he gets it there.
And Dante is right into the end zone for Natrona.
3-yard.
Dante Wallace, the sophomore. Boy, this takes you back to the early years of the program.
This brings me back to 2011 here.
This takes you back to when you were playing nothing but freshmen and sophomores.
Mm-hmm. And this is just me speaking, and I hope I don't make any South parents mad that it couldn't make the trip, but playing on defense, you got to have an attitude. You really do. And right now you got too many kids trying to reach out to make a tackle rather than put their shoulder into somebody to make a tackle. And honestly, the last 3 touchdowns against Cheyenne South has been a lack of form. They're too busy trying to reach out rather than driving through the person, getting their shoulder into them, getting in a good hitting position, a good athletic stance, and making the tackle. Instead, they would much rather reach out with their hand. And you know what? You slow yourself down, Steve.
Yep.
When you're a defender and you're reaching out with your hand, you're losing balance, you're losing form, you're slowing yourself down, and this is what happens.
Even that last play, they had 3 or 4 guys. They had the forward momentum stopped. They had 3 or 4 defensive players basically on Dante, the running back, Dante Wallace, and they just couldn't bring him down, and he just broke away and went down the sideline. So very few, you could tell a little frustration in your whole 11-12 BISN. Yeah, this is not a pretty product right now to start the season. Around the state, Sheridan 28-0. So Rock Springs taking a whooping up there. Thunder Basin now on top of Central, 13-8. East 21-0 over Campbell County, and Laramie with a 13-7 lead. Or excuse me, Kelly Walsh with a 13-7 lead at Laramie. This one's going to go into the end zone, and it will be blown dead. So 8:25 to go till half, folks. And it's Natrona 42, South nothing.
It's going to be a running clock if we don't get something fixed.
Yeah, it's good.
It's going to be literally a 24-minute second half.
I mean, Natrona's probably got 300 yards offense in the first half.
No, I wouldn't doubt it. They've got 155 yards rushing in this quarter alone, 102 yards rushing in the first quarter.
So they've almost got 300 yards rushing in the
14 yards passing this quarter.
Fowler fakes to Trimble up the middle and will keep it himself, and he'll get ahead for, looks like, a yard. Did he give it to Garcia? Oh, I thought Fowler kept it, but those guys said Garcia, so I don't give it to him. It's only a yard. It's not going to really screw up anybody's stats one way or another.
It puts us at even for the quarter. We were at -1 yards. 2nd and 9. South shell-shocked, and they're playing shell-shocked right now. They cannot play that way.
Wow. Who would have thought?
There it is, wide open.
Floyd's going to catch it outside, and he's going to do a good job to get up across the 30. Looks like that might be a first down.
Oh, looks like it's going to be.
No, it looks like he's marking him short. Boy, he was awful late getting there. The side judge was.
If it's touching the line, it's a first down. That's a first down.
Yep, it looks like they're going to call it a first down. So give him 9 on the reception from Fowler to Floyd.
That's only our 3rd first down of the half, Steve. And you know what? If the corners are going to play off like that and they're not going to drop anybody into the flat in that zone, just take what they give you, right?
That's what I would do. Fowler again to throw. Fowler gets out. He's got a little bit of room, but now closed down quickly there. And there's a flag late. I'm thinking that might either be a late hit or a face mask.
I'm going to say face mask. 2-yard gain, 3-yard gain. So it's a 3-yard gain. Plus the 15.
Yep, 3 plus the 15, so.
And another South High Bison.
Nope, just a 5.
Just a 5? Oh.
I didn't think they had 5 or 15s. I
don't know.
Oh, well. So just the inadvertent kind of face mask there. So
it's going to be 2nd down though. Now, do they replay that down? Should be first down.
First and 2.
Yep.
Huh.
Boy, this first down would be a huge confidence boost for South.
Fowler to throw. Fowler.
He had a guy.
Has to bring it down. Didn't pull the trigger. Floyd didn't have anybody over here on him.
Nope. He was wide open. Oh, we got light?
And he said, let there be light. on an otherwise dark situation.
South fans kind of somber on the other side of the stadium from us.
South announcer's kind of somber.
Yeah, it's been a somber night, man. You know, a lot of those long runs, when they watch the film, some of these players are going to be looking at themselves. They're going to be, yep, I blew that one. I mean, I hate
Holy cow, they're going to have a brutal film session.
Yeah, because most of those runs, these last few touchdowns have been poor form.
2nd and 2. Pitch. Momentum. Oh, wow, what a hit there by Aker. Holy moly.
Tannen Van Tassel, though, I think he got enough for the first down.
Oh, that's number 6. He's going to get 4 yards, but number 6, who's that? Woo! Seth Cisneros. Said, how you doing?
Yeah, he was kind of held up by other players. That was still a solid hit, though, man.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 for South. They're at their own 42-yard line. 5.5 minutes to go, first half.
Fantastic. Good for Cheyenne South. 1st and 10. Bison from their 42.
And Garcia is going to get the ball.
South Park are 28 Dominic Dominguez.
Oh, is it Dominguez got the ball?
Morgan Monfort combined with 87 Riley Jefferson on that South Natrona.
Give him 2 yards for Dominguez.
That was Wyatt Garcia who ran the ball. Dominic Dominguez isn't even on the field. Number 26, Wyatt Garcia with the run, not Dominic Dominguez.
All right.
Dominic Dominguez is on the bench right now. I hope they don't credit the wrong to give the credit. I mean, that's 2 yards for Wyatt Garcia.
You're mistaken. Dominguez is on the field. Him and 36 are on the field right now. So Fowler's going to keep that one. So Dominguez on the last carry for 2. Fowler's going to get
3rd and short.
That's not 3rd and short.
We need that. It's 3rd and short, man.
3rd and 5.
Yeah, that's 3rd and short for us so far this game, man. We've got to look at the positives. Small steps, man.
Oh, wait a minute. Flag on the play.
Oh, no.
So we got another face mask?
That should be an automatic first down.
Let's see, 2, 3.
Because of the yardage. That should be a first down.
Yep.
First down because of the yardage. Yeah, that's a first down. Woo!
Yep, 1st and 10 for South.
So we got 2 yards on the run, 3 yards on the run, and we got the penalty for the first down.
So South into Natrona territory.
I think this drive is such a huge drive for South. I mean, it's going to give them confidence if they can get something on the board, man. I mean, Natrona is just a machine. They've just been a machine this game, and you got to keep them off the field, you know. Keep that offense off the field because they've just been unstoppable.
For those of you following Facebook, Jack Seberg just posted an item for sale in Cheyenne area online garage sale.
Hey, make sure you check that out. Seberg's a good guy.
Is he?
Big supporter of South basketball, and he's the original founder of the Junior Bison Basketball League.
Seberg?
Seberg.
So check his stuff out online.
Great guy. Owns the Bounce House place in Cheyenne. Can't think of the name of it. Sorry, Jack. I do apologize.
Double wing formation.
I wonder if Wyatt's hurt.
Fowler drops the throw. Can't get it off, but he's going to scramble straight up the middle. Get a nice positive gain, about 6.
6 yards, man.
Brought down by number 5.
So we're at 18 yards rushing this quarter. Boy, credit Natrona, man. It's
I
not
see a 5 in there too. Go ahead.
It's not just South's offense or South's defense. You got to credit Natrona, man. They are playing really good football, you know. And
senior team, they're going to be a good team, man.
Very experienced. They're going to be pushing, honestly, for the state championship this year.
I think them and Sheridan. Them and Sheridan are going to be the cream of the crop, I'm saying early on.
This Natrona team is just very good looking right now, and one thing South cannot do is just fall into the aura that they have over there. And
I like their 4-4 defense. Whistle, whistle.
They're just fast. See how fast they got back there? Well, we know that, you know, Wyatt got hurt in the first quarter, and we haven't really seen him one or two times this quarter. So only the second penalty on South.
That's been one of the things. Only 2 penalties and no turnovers.
Yeah.
You know, hey, that's solid football.
You got to take things away from the games like this. I mean,
sure, they got to have
it's always a start. You know, so far the first half you haven't really been penalized. No turnovers. That's huge because turnovers last year kind of hurt us late in the season, Steve.
And you got to go to halftime with some kind of positive. Hey, we haven't turned the ball over. We haven't committed penalties. Crickets. After that,
we haven't really.
2nd and 9 here. You lost words. Fake the give. Oh, my goodness. Jailbreak there. And, boy, another penalty.
It's going to be a face mask.
Boy, Natrona's got some stuff to talk about as far as – that's a personal foul face mask. So
it's going to be a spot foul, though.
So are they give him the loss or not?
So it's a -8. It's an 8-yard loss, do you say?
No. 43, 9, 10-yard loss.
10-yard loss with a 15-yard penalty. So you do credit the loss. 15-yard. That's the 7th penalty on Natrona. More importantly, it puts us back into 2nd and manageable.
So a weird little drive here for South, going back and forth. Natrona with 2 or 3 face mask penalties. South with a false start. But 2nd and 5 is the result, and bunched up the middle, give to Trey Trimble. He's going to be up close to a first down.
Well, that's the first run by Trimble this quarter, you know.
Is it?
Well, I mean, we haven't had the ball much, so I'm going to say that's a 4-yard gain, but they're going to say it's inches. I'm going to say first down.
No?
Nope, it's not.
3-yard 2nd and 5, give him 4.
4 yards.
Big 3rd and 1, a short one.
South 1 for 7. 1 for 7 on 3rd downs, 0 for 1 on 4th downs. I'm going to say right now this is 4-down territory.
Oh, absolutely.
4-down territory for South. So
they got 2 plays to pick up half yard.
Fowler's going to get it.
Oh, yeah, he got it.
He got it.
I'd give him maybe 2. Just to be kind.
Yep.
Be kind, rewind, if you remember the old
this Natrona team is just good, man. They're just, and it's rare that we actually compliment the other team, but you can't do
Not
nothing.
me.
You can't
I'm
do
full
nothing
of praise for the opponents.
They're just a good-looking team, and
they're experienced. They're senior laden. They
kind of missing our openers against Evanston now.
They came on as juniors at the end of last year, and they are going to be a force to be reckoned with.
See, there's that full. Oh, they had me faked.
Ooh, is it intercepted?
Nope, I think we got it.
Nope, incomplete. Back judge is coming in saying no.
Boy, it went out
into traffic.
Went out into Natrona defender's hands, right into our receiver, and then hit the ground.
So 2nd down and 10.
Man. So the one thing you don't want to see when you're a defense, you don't want to see a lot of unassisted tackles. That means you're not swarming to the ball. We haven't had 1 assisted tackle yet this game, Steve.
Wow.
That's how much one-on-one football we're playing right now. Give Natrona's offensive line credit for setting up those blocks, but not enough swarming to the ball, which means you're not getting off blocks. Not 1 assisted tackle in the first half yet.
2nd and 10 for South here. 1:18 till halftime. Dominguez is going to get the pitch and
just swarmed.
Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, they're just no gain on the play.
Number 12 on the stop for Natrona.
So they're kind of figuring out that the motion side.
And I'm not even finding these Natrona. Alan. Cross True is a senior there.
So Natrona's defense has caught on to the tendency that motion side is generally, when we go motion, that's the side we're generally running when we do hand the ball off. So they're keeping one guy back for the contain on the bootleg, but that's pretty much been it. Either that or you're running up the middle.
3rd and 10, South, 36 seconds. So South wants to score here. They're going to have to do something. Option there. Oh, man, big hit there. Holy cow. They better call timeout if they want to get another play off.
Tannen got a yard. Was that Van Tassel? I couldn't tell.
And South's just going to let this run out?
What's the time?
They're not going to get a playoff.
They got it off.
They got it off just as time expires. Fowler throws. And, boy, not a very well-designed play there either. So, mercifully, this thing comes to the half for the South High Bison. And, boy, things off to a very inauspicious start here on the road. It is halftime here from Dick Cheney Alumni Field. The score, oh, my goodness, the score. Natrona 42, South 0. We're going to take an extended break here. Alan can compile some halftime stats, and we'll be back with our halftime show and the second half of this football game here on 1112 BISN.
Your Bison Network. Protecting your lifestyle. With years of experience in the insurance industry and an outstanding array of products and services for home, auto, and life, you can feel good you're doing what's right for your family. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
What is your focus? How will you hone it? Will it transform you? Or will you transform it? Where does it start? Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Life, it has many directions. Which way will you go? What will you become? A lawyer, musician, chemist, engineer? Where will you start? Laramie County Community College. It starts here.
That college degree won't finish itself. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. Become what you want to be. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. Laramie County Community College in Cheyenne. It starts here.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Wyoming's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
With American National, you get a dedicated agent and an outstanding array of products to meet your insurance needs. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
Worry less about your insurance coverage while adding money back into your wallet with the American National Cashback Reward Program. Insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, and you can get back 25% of your first year premiums. Best of all, your reward continues every year as long as you remain claim-free. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Wyoming's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of
Get into a career, not just a job. Higher education is the gateway to so many opportunities. Register today at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu, LCCC in Cheyenne. It's tough to compete for jobs. Degrees can help. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu, LCCC in Cheyenne and Laramie. It starts here.
With American National, when you insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, you can get cash back. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
With American National, you get a dedicated agent who can help you make well-informed decisions about protecting your lifestyle. With years of experience in the insurance industry and an outstanding array of products and services for home, auto, and life, you can feel good you're doing what's right for your family. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
What is your focus? How will you hone it? Will it transform you? Or will you transform it? Where does it start? Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Life. It has many directions. Which way will you go? What will you become? A lawyer, musician, chemist, engineer? Where will you start? Laramie County Community College. It starts here.
That college degree won't finish itself. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. Become what you want to be. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. Laramie County Community College in Cheyenne. It starts here.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Wyoming's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
With American National, you get a dedicated agent and an outstanding array of products to meet your insurance needs. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
Worry less about your insurance coverage while adding money back into your wallet with the American National Cashback Reward Program. Insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, and you can get back 25% of your first year premiums. Best of all, your reward continues every year as long as you remain claim-free. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Wyoming's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of
Get into a career, not just a job. Higher education is the gateway to so many opportunities. Register today at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu, LCCC in Cheyenne. It's tough to compete for jobs. Degrees can help. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. LCCC in Cheyenne and Laramie. It starts here.
With American National, when you insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, you can get cash back. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
With American National, you get a dedicated agent who can help you make well-informed decisions about protecting your lifestyle. With years of experience in the insurance industry and an outstanding array of products and services for home, auto, and life, you can feel good you're doing what's right for your family. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
What is your focus? How will you hone it? Will it transform you? Or will you transform it? Where does it start? Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Life. It has many directions. Which way will you go? What will you become? A lawyer, musician, chemist, engineer? Where will you start? Laramie County Community College. It starts here.
That college degree won't finish itself. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. Become what you want to be. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. Laramie County Community College in Cheyenne. It starts here.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Wyoming's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
With American National, you get a dedicated agent.
Hey, I'm Michael, and this is 1112 BISN. I'm Dom from the Bison, and you're watching the game on 1112 BISN.
(307-514-5003).
Get into a career, not just a job. Higher education is the gateway to so many opportunities. Register today at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. LCCC in Cheyenne. It's tough to compete for jobs. Degrees can help. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. LCCC in Cheyenne and Laramie. It starts here.
With American National, when you insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, you can get cash back. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
With American National, you get a dedicated agent who can help you make well-informed decisions about protecting your lifestyle. With years of experience in the insurance industry and an outstanding array of products and services for home, auto, and life, you can feel good you're doing what's right for your family. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
What is your focus? How will you hone it? Will it transform you? Or will you transform it? Where does it start? Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Life. It has many directions. Which way will you go? What will you become? A lawyer, musician, chemist, engineer? Where will you start? Laramie County Community College. It starts here.
That college degree won't finish itself. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. Become what you want to be. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. Laramie County Community College in Cheyenne. It starts here.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Wyoming's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports.
We are on.
A winning part of a...
We are on, everybody.
So back here from Dick Cheney Alumni Stadium, it got a little hot there.
Jeez.
Steve McDonald and Alan Cummings here on 11-12 BISN as we get set for the second half action. At the half, it is Natrona 42, South 0, and really not a lot of bright spots whatsoever for the South High team in the season opener here tonight.
South with 52 yards rushing in that first half, 30 yards passing, 82 yards overall in that first half. I didn't even add up Natrona's. Natrona's got close to 300 total yards in the first half. 42-0. You know, credit Natrona. They played a really good game. They've come out offensively. They've blocked well. They've ran the ball well. They've seen the gaps. I want to say maybe the last 3 touchdowns that Natrona scored has been off. Honestly, I'd say South not breaking down properly. You had guys there to make tackles. I preach this. I know I'm just a defensive coordinator, that's why, but they just didn't break down to make the play and rather just tried to reach out, and can't do that against these speed runners from Natrona, Steve.
Yeah, not much positive for South in the first half. They did put together a couple of drives that were 6-7+ plays and got into Natrona territory, but nothing much doing offensively for South. 80 total yards in the first half. That's not going to get it done, but especially when you're giving up the clips that you are giving up on the defensive side of the ball. Natrona up 42-0. Now, we will tell you in high school football, in the second half, if one team gets up by 45 points, then the clock will just run continuously for the rest of the game. Even if the score gets back within that 45, the clock will still run. So really not much of a chance for South to even consider
one thing I do want to point out is the one plus side is we only gave up 14 points in the second quarter. We gave up the bulk of the points, the 28 points of the 42 in that first quarter. And, I
think the key here is just to see how this team kind of responds after halftime. Now the coaches take them in and
got to finish strong.
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep playing the game.
Yep.
That's for sure. You got to keep your heads up. You got 8 more after this one, so this second half could go a long way in determining how the rest of this season is going to work out for you.
South's a young team. One thing they got to realize, South did get votes by Wild Preps, which is cool, But I don't think Wild Preps realized how young of a team we actually have this year. We've got 10 seniors on the roster. That's it, 10. So they've got a lot of youth playing, a lot of juniors. They got some sophomores out there. Tannen Van Tassel, and I'll tell you what, Van Tassel's playing great for only being a sophomore, put in a situation like this. Hard runs, he's not getting the big yards, but he's running hard. So this is all a learning experience. These young athletes are learning what it takes to be a great program. When you play against teams like Natrona, and unfortunately you do get this kind of a beatdown, you learn what it takes to be that big of a program. And Natrona has been the staple in 4A conference football, 5A conference football when we had it for many years. And this is what it takes. And, boundaries help. I'm not going to say it. boundaries do help. The hard district boundaries that go from elementary all the way to high school in one city, to where it only goes up to high school in a particular city, and they still get to choose. But we can't use that as an excuse.
Well, I mean, it's certainly the competitive landscape in 4A is not equitable. Hasn't been ever, really.
Yeah.
When you have a city like Casper where kids can go wherever they want for school, and
then you had a city like Gillette.
Gillette that up till now had all the kids at one school. But we're going to kick the second half off and see what South can do here. And he's going to take it into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. South will bring it out to the 20.
That's his 7th kickoff, and 5 of them have been touchbacks. That's just...
of course, Cheyenne has the hard boundary system where they draw lines, and if you live within that circle, you go to that school.
Unless you want to take the IB program or wind energy class, or ROTC.
There are ways around it. So let's see.
Gillette is hard district.
Yeah, so
Gillette's hard district.
The harsh reality's coming to
they just don't
the folks up there.
They don't want to lose that sponsorship money here. That's what it is.
That's right. So 1st and 10 for South, and they'll start right up the gut to Trimble. So 2 yards looks like they're going to give him there, and that's.
Hey, you know what? You got to soften up the middle.
Well, you got to,
You got to soften them up, and then you can break the things. Because what happens is, and it worked in the first quarter, Steve. I'm not trying to be, what's the word I'm looking? Sarcastic.
Mm-hmm.
In the first quarter, they ran up the middle, and then boom, they hit a run for Wyatt Garcia for 5 yards, 5 to 7 yards on the outside. We're not going to break off these big chunks right now. Not with the speed we have. They got to take them in chunks, take advantage. Our offensive line has got to block.
Boy, Fowler drops to pass, and he's just has zero time. He doesn't even get to his third step to look downfield before he's swarmed under by a host of Mustang defenders.
5-yard loss.
5-yard loss. Yeah, they're not doing the old late 80s version of the East High offense. Run up the middle, run up the middle, run up the middle, punt. Run up the middle, run up the middle, run up the middle, punt.
Yeah.
They're at least varying from that.
But you know what? This is going to come down to offensive line play now, because every defensive lineman should be credited with a part of that sack from Natrona. Natrona had every defensive lineman in the backfield. That's just
3rd and 13. They try the counter, and not much doing there.
Who was that?
2-yard loss. I believe it was 36.
Tannen Van Tassel. 2-yard loss. Yep.
Oh. And Isaiah Reynolds into punt. At least there's a little bit of a high snap. Good punt there. And it's going to come down to Benton at the 43. Fake the reverse, and Benton is off to the races.
See, we had him for a tackle again, and the guy reached for him.
And
that's just horrible form, man. That's 15. How many yards is that?
Well, so 57 on the return. The punt was 35 and 7, 42 on the punt. And now the clock will just run, folks. I don't know why it's not running now.
Should be running. Well, they don't run it on scores. Right?
I thought they ran it right through the extra points. I don't know.
It's what's the verbiage?
Oh, scores, penalties. Some spit, wasn't it?
Spit rule.
The spit rule.
Scores, penalties, injuries, and timeouts.
Okay. So we'll keep it right here. Wow. 49-0. 9:48 to go. And South has got to find some kids. I don't care if they got to play freshmen. They got to find some kids who want to tackle the ball.
We had one guy that had Brenton dead to rights, and instead of putting his shoulder into him, reached out to grab him.
Tried to hug him up.
You cannot reach on tackle. You've got to drive your shoulder into somebody. I know you Bison fans are sick of me here saying that, but you know what? Their last 4 touchdowns now have been because of horrible form and tackling. They've got to get that fixed. And I'm going to fix that. $49-0. So this is going to be a good preaching point to the 5th and 6th grade junior Bison tomorrow.
Yeah, fans, if you have nothing on your plate tomorrow and want to watch some good black and gold football, 9:30 a.m., 5th and 6th grade junior Bison will kick it off. Johnson Junior High against the Seminoles. And if we do this poor job tackling, I might not make it through that one.
But not to worry, Jefferson kick in the end zone. Cheyenne South will put in play. First and 10 as they scrimmage in their 20-yard line.
So South will have first and 10. 9:48 to go in the third quarter. Should be a running clock from here on.
Unless there's a score, penalty, injury, or timeout.
Right.
Let's have a special thank you to our principal, Shannon Harris, and staff members that were here.
49-0. And it's all fixable. That's the thing. It's fixable. That's the plus side of this. That's what the Bison have got to look at. A lot of these things that have happened to them tonight are physical. You're not going to face many teams as good as Natrona.
Oh, Kobe Floyd went up big for the reception, and he didn't get it.
You know, you learn from this. You're playing probably the best team in the state to open the season. I'm not going to lie. You're probably playing the best team in the state next to Sheridan. So next week against Thunder Ridge or Thunder Basin, Thunder Basin's going to be good. I mean, they've got experience. But you've got to learn from this game, because I don't think Thunder Basin's going to be as good as Natrona. Fix the things that can be fixed. Form tackling, blocking, some of the most fundamental parts of baseball. Football. Sorry. I was thinking Mustangs baseball.
2nd and 10. Fowler, give to Van Tassel on that counter. Nothing doing.
-5 yards in the quarter running so far. Looks like they're going to get him for no gain.
Boy, South has got some small guys out there right now compared to Natrona. No gain, 3rd and 10.
9th third down of the game for the Bison. We've converted on 2 of them. They're going to say 1. I'm going to call it no gain.
Just not a lot of options on for South.
They're a young team. South knew that coming in, though. They just wanted to play well tonight, and honestly, I don't think they've played well.
Straight ahead give there. Number 2, Soto gets a carry there. Alex Soto, and he's going to get 4 yards, so.
Ooh, yeah, Alex, 4 yards a carry in his career so far, man.
Yeah, hey, a 4-yard average is what you want.
That's a great career right there for Alex Soto. I love Alex. That kid. Who's punting now?
Still Reynolds. Boy, booms it again. Fake the reverse, and boy, South bid on it. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Guess what?
Another punt return for a touchdown. This time it's number 33, so that punt went for 30 yards?
26, yeah, 30. 30 on the punt, 54 on the return.
Back-to-back punt returns, and that is what happens when a team is starting to feel like the game's out of reach. It's still early in the second half, Steve. We're about to go down 56-0.
Natrona did a reverse there, boy. Every single person on the South team bit on that reverse.
Yep.
And they kept no contain, no lane discipline. And the hits just keep it coming. So, let's take an opportunity to take a timeout. 7:34 to go, third quarter. Natrona 56, South 0. High school football is coming to you live on 1112 BISN.
Your Bison Network. With American National, you get a dedicated agent and an outstanding array of products to meet your insurance needs. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
Worry less about your insurance coverage while adding money back into your wallet with the American National Cashback Reward Program. Insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, and you can get back 25% of your first year premiums. Best of all, your reward continues every year as long as you remain claim-free. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
With American National, back here for the kickoff. 56-0 is your score. Third quarter action up here in, was it the Oil City?
The Oil City. Big boot there, and boy, he's still getting him into the end zone.
Boy, that's
his legs got to be good and warmed up. I like the way Natrona sprints all the way through. That's nice.
That's his 9th kickoff. 7 of them have been for touchbacks. I mean.
So South will take it again now. 7:34 to go. Natrona going to get an opportunity here to get some young kids in the ball game, I'm sure. Still a number of starters out there for him on defense. South with the double wing, double split. And it'll be a give straight ahead. Big hole there for Trey Trimble. He's going to get about 8 yards up the middle. Or are they giving him 9? Yeah, they're giving him 9. So Trimble, probably the leading rusher for South at this point.
Yep. That puts us in positive yards for the quarters. We've got 8 yards rushing now.
Again with the give straight ahead, and he's going to bull his way across the 30. Looks like they're going to give him about 3 yards up to the 32.
So Natrona has scored.
That's Alex Soto there.
How many yards?
3 yards on the carry. First down for South, their 3rd or 4th first down of the night.
Yeah, it's their 6th.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Fowler going to keep it. He put it in Trimble's gut, but then he didn't get it pulled out, and he's going to lose a yard, give the yard loss to Fowler.
Number 33, I think, was on the tackle, too.
That's that sophomore, Dante Wallace.
Well, I'm in mid-season form, huh?
Are you?
Picking out who made the tackle without even the binoculars. I love how close to the field this press box is.
Well, I love the fact they got the black jerseys with the white numbers. Those really pop.
They really do pop.
Even my old granny eyes can see them.
That's right, man.
2nd and 11.
Make sure you visit SouthHighBisonAthletics.com for all of your South High Bison information, schedule, scores. Hey, don't forget, if you're taking pictures, we'll talk about that here in a second.
Fake the give. Fowler rolls left.
Nobody.
Fowler.
They get rid of it.
Boy.
Fumble.
No, I think he threw it.
Nope, it's a fumble. They ruled it a fumble.
Did they?
Yep.
Who is 57?
It's Brady Dunn.
Come on. Are they going to mark him down or what? What's the story here?
It was a fumble. So that's a
quarterback sack, apparently.
How many yard loss?
Jesus.
From
the 31 back to the...
I can't see where they marked it.
Looks like the 15, so 16-yard loss. Oh. 3rd and a big bunch.
Get it back in chunks.
3rd and about 27 yards to go.
10th third down of the game.
Fowler under center. Going to drop. Going to look for Floyd and just overthrows him. Nope, that's not Floyd. That's 89.
That's Hunter Scott.
4th down. South's going to have to bring out the punt unit here.
I'd go for it. No, not where we're at.
from the 15, and again, let's see if Natrona gets some younger guys some offensive reps here if they still come out with the first gun.
7th punt of the game for the Bison, and this is going to be Isaiah again. I can't see.
Reynolds.
Isaiah Reynolds.
Oh, yeah, he's
punting from the 15.
He's actually been doing a great job punting tonight. One of the bright spots for South. And that one's going to go straight up in the air. The old Peter call. And it's going to be downed at the 38-yard line. 23 yards on the punt. No return. Why is the clock stopped?
Change of possession. Not supposed to stop. It's supposed to keep going. Clock should be running, but I guess not.
So I don't know if there's been a rule change this year in Wyoming, but should be a running clock. Maybe not. Maybe they slipped a rule change in on us. Harshman completes the pass to number 13.
Austin White on the tackle. How many yards?
38 down to the 23, so 15 or so.
He is 100%.
Wallace will get the handoff.
No contain is coming back.
Flags all over the place.
That's horrible tackling. Thank goodness for flags. He ran into 4 of our guys, and not one of them wrapped up. That's what the NFL's done. Too many attempts at the big hit. I blame that particular series on the NFL.
So Natrona's going to get backed up here. I don't know what much left there is to say about the defensive play for South tonight.
That's just, you got to want to tackle. You got to want to tackle.
Got to wrap up. He's just bouncing off, so. It's a pretty big penalty, too. It must have been a hold behind the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Because they're going to back him up to the 34, call it first, and they've got to get down to the 13, so first about 21.
4 guys literally hit the running back on that touchdown that was just called back. 4 of our guys, not a single one of them wrapped up. They all tried to shoulder him. At least they're using the shoulder on that one.
Give to Wallace. And he's going to dang near have the first down.
Number 6 on the tackle.
Wallace taken down there by 46 Austin White for Cheyenne South.
How many yards?
So give him 20 on the carry.
Is that number 33 who carried it?
33.
That's only their second official play of the half. Offensive play.
Harshman gonna roll, gonna throw, wide open in the end zone. Touchdown.
Nope, they're saying,
or saying he's out. Nope, they shot the cannon off.
That's his first incomplete pass of the game. Saying he bobbled it.
They just wasted a cannon shell.
Well, I hope they're out of them now.
Those things are expensive, man. So third and 2.
It's the first third down of the game for Natrona, actually, Steve.
Give. Holy cow. Get off the. Look at, he's still sitting there fighting with him. Kobe Floyd engaged number 5 and stood there and danced with him.
Who carried that?
The whole time, 33.
13-yard touchdown run.
I'm sorry, folks, but this is hard. This is getting hard to watch. I just watched South defensive lineman engage with the offensive lineman. Didn't even try to get rid of him. Oh, we got a fire drill. Oh, South finally gets a tackle there, so Natrona cannot convert on the extra point. Let's take a timeout. Natrona 62, South nothing. Listening to high school football, 1112 BISN.
Your Bison Network.
Get into a career, not just a job. Higher education is the gateway to so many opportunities. Register today at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu, LCCC in Cheyenne. It's tough to compete for jobs. Degrees can help. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu, LCCC in Cheyenne and Laramie. It starts here.
With American National, when you insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, you can get cash back. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
62-0, third quarter. Should be a running clock. We'll verify that with the scorekeeper on the next time out, why it's not running on certain plays.
Well, the only time they didn't run it was on that one change of possession, so. And, of course, it stops after a score. So.
Dude, this 87, he's just got a leg. That's his 10th kickoff.
His kickoff teams had to run 10 60-yard sprints. They're getting their conditioning in for sure. Clock will start when the ball is snapped.
Yeah, this has been a tough game to watch if you're a Bison fan, especially us broadcasting it, because a lot of the stuff that we see that's been scoring here is just fundamentals, you know.
You know, it's just frustrating.
Jaden Cummings checks into the game, number 25. Jaden Cummings in, and he gets a false start. That's a freshman for you. Oh, I love my kid to death. He lost his balance. He was trying his hardest to keep from falling back. Did you see that?
Yeah.
There's a motion penalty that cost the Bison 5 yards, first and 15 from the 15.
Well, let's see what happens.
Got to have some serious jitters for a freshman.
Getting his first career varsity action as a freshman.
In a 62-0 game.
Now, what's funny is I think the score was exactly the same when his brother was a sophomore when we came up here and was getting beat by Natrona.
He's not going to get the ball.
Nope, but he got a good fake.
Oh, there's a handoff up the middle. Who got that one? It's a nice run there. Number 45 is the ball carrier.
Number 45?
What those guys next door are looking at.
He's taken out by Jaden Bowman.
Who's number 45? I don't even have a 45.
No, we don't either. Fowler on the roll. And he looks like he might have a first down there. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. I think Fowler's give him 2 yards on that play, and South will have a first down when we start the fourth. So 3 quarters are in the book. The clock will continue to run. The route is on. Natrona 62, South 0. You're listening to high school football on 1112 BISN.
Your Bison Network. With American National, you get a dedicated agent who can help you make well-informed decisions about protecting your lifestyle. With years of experience in the insurance industry and an outstanding array of products and services for home, auto, and life, you can feel good you're doing what's right for your family. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
What is your focus? How will you hone it? Will it transform you? Or will you transform it? Where does it start? Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Life. It has many directions. Which way will you go? What will you become? A lawyer, musician.
Here we go. Fourth quarter. I haven't changed it on the scoreboard.
1st and 10 for South at their own 31-yard line. We'll get to some scores. This is not the only route going on in the state. There's a couple others right now as well. We'll get to those here shortly. Jaden Cummings gets his first carry for South, and he's going to be wrapped up and taken down for a loss. So the first high school carry of Jaden Cummings' career is a 1-yard
It's a 1-yard loss.
In Sheridan, it's number 1 Sheridan 51, Rock Springs 0. East beating up on Gillette 35-0.
Did they just credit it to Dominic Dominguez? Or did they say Jaden Cummings?
I don't know. I was going over scores. I didn't hear what those guys said. Thunder Basin 20-8 over Central. What is it with Central in first week weather? They're in a weather delay up in Gillette. So, there's going to be a give straight up the middle and not much going on there.
Boy, they're saying 15. It is 15.
That's 45. I don't know. How are they getting 15?
That's a gain of 2 yards. Makes it 3rd down 9. Cheyenne South in their 32 yards.
Well, there's a 15 in there.
How many yard loss? Jaden Cummings checks back in.
That was a 2-yard gain there.
3rd down. Sorry, I'm excited. He's my youngest kid, guys.
Yep.
He's here.
Throw over the middle. That was attempted for Martinez, and it's going to be incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and 9. I believe South's looks like they're trotting on the punt unit. So Kelly Walsh up over Laramie 26-14. 3rd quarter. Again, Cheyenne East 35-0. 3rd quarter over Gillette. 4th quarter, Sheridan 51, Rock Springs nothing. That's a running clock. And then again, weather delay in Gillette.
Ooh, almost a high snap.
Thunder Basin. There's a punt there.
Fair catch.
And he's going to make it at the 32. So 18-28. And 8:36 on the punt.
Okay, guys, I'm fixing the quarter right now for those of you watching.
I didn't think the clock was supposed to stop on change of possession, but
neither did I.
Oh, well. The officials on the field don't seem too concerned, so maybe there was some kind of rule change. Maybe it's Spitsy. Spitsy.
We got a wide receiver. We got a wide receiver right here, wide open. Wide open. Nobody covering him on the bottom of the screen.
Look at
wide
that.
Open. How do they not see him? Thank goodness they ran the ball.
Quarterback keeper 17 is checked in. Arm tackle, arm tackle, arm tackle, arm tackle. All the way down the field. 23-4 is 27 yards on that carry.
And who ran that?
Number 17.
I'm not even tracking it for Natrona anymore.
That is the backup quarterback, Cade Stoner.
Penalty on the play.
Penalty, so it's going to take it back.
I knew there had to be a penalty. Ninth penalty of the game against Natrona.
So that negates a 27-yard gain. A net 37-yard penalty, really, if you take away the 27 and give him the 10.
There's another missing corner out there. As there's another guy wide open.
Boy, if Natrona sees that, they're going to have a nice, easy pass.
That's 2 straight plays in a row. 2 straight plays in a row that the bottom receiver was wide open.
Trey Trimble on the tackle. He had help, but I didn't see from who. 6-yard gain there for Natrona.
Now he's covered.
Second down 14 for Natrona. Give straight ahead. 31 with the carry. Nice solo tackle there by number 15.
See, that's a difference between that number 15 is small. So I think they were crediting those fullback runs with the wrong guy. I really do. He's tiny, number 15. And the guy who was running that they were saying 15 was kind of a bigger guy. So
9-yard gain. I think James Wood was the fullback getting the carries for
So
South,
do I. But they kept saying 15. I don't know.
We'll see when the stats come out this week. That's easy to fix, though, because there's going to be a pass outside to 88 and a bad angle taken by Martinez there. And a tackle there as he gets across 26 and 24 on the tackle.
24 is
about 16, 17 on the carry.
26 is Wyatt Garcia. 24, I do not have a 24.
I don't see a 24 either, sir. First and 10, Natrona in South Territory. Looked like Natrona left early. Bad snap there. Stoner's going to go back. One missed tackle.
Two missed tackles.
Well, I tell you, 15's on every play on defense, Martinez. There's going to be a 5-yard loss there, but well, he made the tackle from his left corner position.
Nice. Got to watch that slot receiver.
Second and 14.
Got to watch that slot receiver. We got 2 down here. Hope somebody's got him covered.
Give to 21 this time. Well, there's a tackle in the backfield.
Austin White.
I think that's 41, isn't it?
No, it's 46.
Got it. So Austin White with a tackle for a loss. 2-yard loss, and it's going to bring up third at about 16.
We're going to have to effort some numbers.
Before our next broadcast in 2 weeks. We will not be on the air next Friday. Sorry to disappoint you guys, but we cannot make the trip to Thunder Basin. Quarterback to throw. It's caught complete. And a nice tackle there by Garcia.
It's a penalty on the field.
Give him about 7 yards on the completion, but let's see. Flag far side. Is it going to be a hold?
That winning ticket was worth $22,640, and I bet you wish you'd have bought a 50-50 ticket.
They're walking it back.
Spotted the foul. Looks like the spot. An eligible receiver downfield. Look at this. It looks like Natrona may have to punt the football. No. Why are they bringing wholesale changes in? If they accept the penalty, it should still be
because it was
down.
Supposed to be 4th down. That last play was still 4th down. They had the punt team out, but.
So they're bringing the offense back out.
So they scored, what, how many points? 20 points in that third quarter?
Have they scored in this quarter?
Not yet. Still 62-0. Because remember they had that
20 in the third quarter.
They had that botched extra point.
So let's just kind of keep it here. We got 4 minutes left. Running clock in the game. Again, we will not be on the air next weekend, but Alan will effort getting you a link to one of the stations that will be calling the game, so you'll be able to log into SouthHighBisonAthletics.com like you normally do. But it'll be the visiting team radio feed.
I'm being told it's 42, which is Kobe Bartow.
42 what?
42, which is Kobe Bartow. Good old Kobe.
What about it?
That's who 42 is for South.
Have we seen 42 do anything?
They're saying it's 42, not 45 running the ball.
I haven't seen 42 on the field. Who's saying that?
Thanks, Amanda. So, Amanda, if you can message me, is it 42 that's been running those fullback dives? Long third down.
Stoner back to pass. He's got a guy. Oh, just overthrows him off of his fingertips.
Well, we got bailed out as number 20. Is that 24 for South? 22 for South. 24? Did Gillette the guy behind him? Do you see that? Was it number 24?
Just overthrew him, yep.
22. No, 24. We don't even have a 24 on the roster.
There's 22.
Was it 22?
Mm-hmm.
That's DeQuan Evans. Sophomore.
So Natrona going to punt one, and let's see
First
if
punt of the game.
South will field it. Get away from it. Get away from it. Does take a little bit of a Mustang bounce, and it'll be down at the 34-yard line, so no return there.
Excellent field position for the Bison to start this drive. How much time's left on the clock? I can't see, Steve.
3:23 left in the game.
So 42's out there now, though. Kobe Bartow, some of the freshmen coming in. Cade Burns checking in at quarterback, number 9. He's a freshman.
So Cade Burns in at quarterback. Kobe Bartow comes in and will run a wing back. 45 is the fullback, as I've been maintaining this entire second half. It is 45. And I believe that's James Wood. And he gets the ball there. And he doesn't get any much of a gain. 0-yard gain there.
They finally get the name right. So we got some of the freshmen in now. Kobe Bartow checking out.
Second and, well, I guess they did give him a yard. That was a late spot. 2:45 and counting in this one. Straight ahead, it looks like it's Wood again.
45 is James Woods for Giant South.
And they'll give him another yard, so.
Brings up third down, third and long.
8. And Kobe Bartow coming back in the game. Is Jaden in?
Yep, he was.
(52102). Who's that?
I have no idea. Wide open.
Burns was going to throw. Gets sacked, and they count him down. Oh, boy.
They count him down, thank goodness.
Cade Burns was going to throw one over the middle, but
he had Cummings wide open, too.
Is that who he was going for, Jaden?
Yep, he had Jaden wide open, and he got hit, and they called it under. So loss of yardage for Burns.
So that's,
say, a 5-yard loss.
About going to do it, folks. Got a minute and a half to go. South will punt the ball away. Next time we'll be on the air is 2 weeks from tonight. Friday night at 7 o'clock.
So I'm going to have to get with the official scorekeeper to make sure that they're crediting 45 James Woods on all those 15 runs.
Good snap. Good punt.
Fair catch.
Fair catch at the 34, so that's 16-26. 31-35 on the punt. Minute 1 to go. Natrona will probably just be able to
take a
knee, and they might have to run 2 plays here, but That will do it. Not the way things South wanted to go on their first road trip of the season. Natrona is the real deal, that is for sure. They're going to be at the top of the heap all season long, I've no doubt. South has some work to do. They're going to play a tough Thunder Ridge team, Thunder Basin team next week.
Thunder Ridge is in Denver.
Yep.
I've been saying it too, so don't worry. I want to give a thanks to all of our viewers from Cheyenne and all over the world that are watching 11-12 BISN. Sorry it wasn't the close game we were hoping for. Frondy, want to give you a shout out. Make sure you're at the school at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, so me and Steve can be a little late.
Big run there and a tackle by 15. Martinez, 21. Give 21 a piece of the action. Who's that?
Zane Van Kirk, number 21.
All right, Van Kirk. Yes, Zane Van Kirk. So Natrona will just have to run one more play, and then we'll be signing out here to make the road trip home.
There won't be a post game.
Get all your sports information from SouthHighBisonAthletics.com.
Yes, it's going to be a long ride home, Frondy, especially if we don't make this tackle. 60 with the tackle.
And that's going to do it. So the final score here from Natrona, week 1, it's the Natrona County Mustangs 62, your South High Bison 0. Thanks to all our sponsors. Thanks to the fans listening around the state and around the world. Not much more to say. For Alan Cummings, this is Steve McDonald. We're going to sign out. You've listened to high school football on 11-12 BISN.
Your Bison Network.